Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I have another VGC 2014 battle for you all. Now before I get started, I just wanted to say some quick words. As you know, Regionals is coming up both this weekend, next weekend, and the following weekend, and I'll be attending two of them at Philadelphia and Houston. So, if any of you guys are attending those two tournaments, definitely come up and say hello to me. I really look forward to meeting you all, and I promise I won't bite. So it means that in addition to attending those tournaments, I'll have a lot of content to produce, as well as the battle videos that I still have saved up. And I also kind of want to analyze the best of 3 sets that I've played, especially recently in the King's Games Premier Challenge that I ended up winning. Those best of 3 sets were streamed on Nugget Bridge, so I plan on taking those videos and reanalyzing them. So that should be really exciting. Anyway, I'd like to produce content like always on a daily basis, and your support really means a lot to me. So if you guys like the videos, it means a lot. 500 likes is normally the goal for daily uploads, but regardless, I'll still do my best to pump out content on a daily basis. But, you know, if you guys show your support, I'll do my best and bring you guys the content. Anyway, let's get into today's battle. So, leading up to Worlds, my practice partner and I, we had a lot of battles, and Alex was the one who actually helped me build the team. So we built our Worlds team together, and we used the exact same team at Worlds. Of course, I went 4-2 and finished 18th, while Alex finished in the top 8 in seniors. He's a Spanish player, and he's really proven himself to be an amazing player, and definitely one of the top seniors, if not just players, overall in the world, having top cut Worlds twice and top 4'd a national championship 3 separate times. And so, in practicing for Worlds, Alex and I used the same team often against each other just to try to get a feel of the team. And the games I'm going to be uploading in the upcoming days will be a lot of the mirror matches that we had. It was really exciting because each game we brought something different, and it was never, the same Pokemon against the same Pokemon, despite it being a mirror match. So it's pretty interesting, and of course, most of the Pokemon were going to be the same, but a lot of the times, the one different one that we had had a huge factor in the battle. So without further ado, let's just get into this game. But as you see, we have 3 of the same 4 Pokemon, and the only difference is my Hariyama against his Rotom Heat. Now, the mirror match is really interesting in general because a lot of the times you question whether you want to bring your Gothitelle or not. Gothitelle mirrors in general are interesting because obviously Goth can't do very much against an opposing Goth, but it's still really good for Shadow Tag and all the support it can offer. So, both Alex and I decide to lead with Gothitelle this game. He goes with Salamence though, while I go with Hariyama. Hariyama doesn't really like facing against the Gothitelle, mainly because Goth has access to his Psychic type attacks, which are super effective, and Salamence has the Intimidate against Hariyama, so this isn't the best lead matchup for me. He goes for the Dragon Pulse there onto Goth, which is actually smarter than going for the Draco Meteor. Had he, gone for the Draco Meteor, he would have locked himself immediately, and I would have been able to capitalize off that. So, smart play by Alex there, while I get the Trick Room up. The following turn, I get the knockoff off against his Gothitelle, and it actually does a lot of damage despite me being intimidated, bringing him down to under 50%. It also means that the Gothitelle won't be able to rest and wake up immediately. My Psychic on his Salamence actually gets the special defense drop, which is nice, while his Psychic on my Hariyama does around 50%, and Salamence launches another Dragon Pulse off. This time onto the Hariyama though. Really smart play by Alex there, knocking out my main means of offense at the time and taking a quick 4-3 lead. I bring in my Kangaskhan now, and I know that Kangaskhan's in a really good position, especially against a Salamence which is outspeeds under Trick Room, and it got the tell. Of course, Alex and I did not really carry moves like Thunder Wave, Charm, or Tickle on our Goths, so I knew that bringing in Kangaskhan was relatively safe. I go for another Psychic onto the Salamence, and it barely misses the knockout. Alex actually goes for the Heal Pulse, which is a really nice play on his end. As you know, our Gothitelles did carry Heal Pulse, and I went for the Double Edge, but I targeted the Gothitelle instead of the Salamence because I did not want to be locked for the remainder of the game. In retrospect, maybe it would have been a bit better to target that Salamence, as he is able to get a Draco or Dragon Pulse off here, but at least I bring some momentum back onto my end, tying the game at 3-3 apiece, but he does get that Specs Dragon Pulse off against my Kangaskhan, bringing me down to around 30%. Now Alex brings in his Kangaskhan, and as you guys may know, neither of our Kangaskhan's carry Fake Out, they both carry Protect. And I know that Kangaskhan will be able to outspeed my Kangaskhan because he just Mega Evolved. However, I decided to go for the Heal Pulse because I know that both of our Kangaskhan's are bulky enough to take a Double Edge or a return from a respective Kangaskhan. So I get the Heal Pulse off before he goes for the Double Edge, and he targets my Kang with Double Edge as I hang on with 35 HP, so really clutch Heal Pulse there from Gothitelle. My Kangaskhan also goes for the double edge, but this time I targeted the Salamence, and the reason I did this was because I knew my last Pokemon was my own Salamence, and Salamence is a pretty good matchup against Kangaskhan and anything else Alex might have in the back. So the game is now 3-2 my favor, and Kangaskhan hangs on with just 3 HP. This next turn, though, I kind of fall into his trap, and I allow him to get the Sucker Punch off against my Kangaskhan. I think I also went for Sucker Punch there, but unfortunately it does not work out in my favor. Gothitelle does go for the rest, and as you guys know, I do carry the Chesto Berry on this Goth. Just healing myself to full HP. I want to, bring some more support out. It might have been actually better to just go for a Psychic there, since he wouldn't have been able to knock me out. His Rotom goes for the Will-O-Wisp onto the Gothitelle. A smart play because Overheat, obviously you don't want to decrease your special attack when Rotom is one of your last 2 Pokemon, and now, the pressure's on. I'm taking burn damage every turn, and that's going to build up, especially in a long, drawn battle. So, now it's my Salamence, and Burn Gothitelle against his Kangaskhan at -1 and Rotom Heat. His Kangaskhan goes for a Protect here, and that was a really good Protect on his end. I do go for the Draco Meteor, and I fortunately do target the Rotom Heat. But, as you know, our Rotom Heat is also very bulky, built to survive Specs Draco Meteor from even Hydreigon, so it survives with just a bit here this turn. He goes for the Thunderbolt onto my Salamence, doing around 35%, and I really misplayed here by targeting the Kangaskhan with Psychic, but I really wanted to get some damage off should Kangaskhan not choose to Protect there. And as a result, I don't pick up the Knockout in Rotom, and it means that Rotom will be sticking around for another turn. This following turn, I go for the Draco onto the Kangaskhan because at this point, I need to get as much damage off as possible against that. If I don't Draco it, then my Salamence will be at -4, and Kangaskhan will be able to basically win 2-on-1. He goes for the double edge against my Goth, bringing me down to 25 HP, and his Rotom goes for the Overheat onto the Goth. Not going for the Thunderbolt because he wasn't sure exactly how much double edge would do. But basically, the combination of those 2 attacks, in addition to my Gothitelle not carrying Protect, means he'll be able to pick up the knockout. Now it's 2-on-1, and both of his Pokemon are enraged for a Draco knockout, but it's really, really close. He goes for a double Protect here just to scout, and, just burning out Draco Meteor PP as well, since PP is a very legitimate thing to consider at this point. He also goes for the Sucker Punch here, and I know that Kangaskhan can 2-hit KO me with the Sucker Punch, so I decide to Draco the Kangaskhan instead of the Rotom Heat. Rotom Heat, in addition, is also at -2, so I know I can take another Thunderbolt. I do pick up the knockout there on Kang, and now it's 1-on-1, Salamence against Rotom Heat, and I feel like I should win this game. But he goes for the Will-O-Wisp instead of the Thunderbolt, and that was really the play he had to make in order to have a chance of winning, because Thunderbolt would not have KO'd me, and I would be able to just outspeed the Rotom and knock it out. So now it comes down to whether he gets a double Protect or not. If he gets it, he wins. If he doesn't get it, I still have to hit with my Draco Meteor. So obviously he's going to take the first Protect, and it's really, really down to the wire now. It all comes down to whether he gets the double Protect, and he lands it. So Alex is able to get the second Protect off, as my Salamence will not be able to knock out his Rotom, and my Salamence will faint from the burns. So, a really long, drawn battle, 12 turns in the mirror match, and in the end, his Rotom Heat was pretty clutch by picking up the knockout on the Goth and burning my Salamence to finish the game up. So that was a really close one. It really could have gone either way at the end of the term, but yeah, it was really good, and I think both Alex and I made some pretty good plays. I think my biggest downfall was not double targeting the Rotom Heat that turn with the Draco and Psychic, since I really anticipated the Protect from Kangaskhan, and as you saw, I did pay the price. But it was still a really close battle. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. My heart was definitely pounding throughout the entire time, and in the next upcoming days, I'll be trying to upload more of the mirror matches that Alex and I had. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed the battle. 500 likes is the goal for daily uploads, and I'll see you next time. Peace.